To another tutorial for NIMS. Today we're going to be covering mergers. Um, in order to do this tutorial, I have pre-prepared some data. We are sitting with a number of batches, one with a different mother plant from different dates, and I'm going to show you how, depending on the selection criteria, you couldn't merge, for instance, 789 and 657 because the planting dates are too far apart. You can't merge batches 657 and 658 because they come from different mother plants, and we haven't covered this in this example, but for instance, if that was 96 density, you would also not be able to merge P657 and P706 in spite of the planting dates being within 10 days of each other. So to give you an example of how this all works, we're going to go back to NIMS. Okay, and we're going to start off with one of the major sim parameters, which determines whether you can merge batches or not. In NIMS, you can add a tolerance, a merge days tolerance. In this case, we've made it 10 days. What this basically means is that you can only merge batches that have been planted within 10 days of each other. Okay. When we do the merge, I'll just explain to you how that works. Okay. So if we go to mergers, okay, let's start at the beginning. First of all, when you're about to merge something, you're going to probably be running this from the office. So what would actually happen is you would use NIMS to select the batches that you're going to merge, okay? So we're going to first prepare a form, which then gets printed out, and that goes out into the field, and you're going to use that form to merge the batches, and then that is going to come back. You're going to do any adjustments and stuff which you want, and then you're going to process the final merge, okay? So the first thing we have to decide is what plant date are we going to use. So in the first example, for the blue highlighted ones here, we're going to use a plant day of, let's say, the 15th, okay? So we select the 15th there, okay? We're going to make merge date today. That's not that important. It's a cutting, okay? In our example, I haven't shown that in there, but basically we're working with a clone CP10-1, and very importantly, we're working with clones from mother plant 2 sandbed 1, okay? We need to ascertain the trays that we want to merge, because remember, you cannot merge different density trays, not without first redistributing them, okay? And then obviously, where do we want the merge batch to end up? And we would just put it somewhere in the holding area, okay? Once we filled all this data in, we should then be able to select batches which meet all of that criteria, okay? So in this case, if you remember correctly, our date tolerance was 10. So we can only merge batches within that date tolerance of 10 days, okay? So if we had to look at 15-01-20, and we just copy that down, Control C, Control V, and I just want to insert a few lines there. Okay, so if we had to look at the plant date tolerance here, and we're just going to make that 0. Okay, we're going to find that we can merge 3 of these batches based on this planting date. Okay, P57, P657, P658, and P706. Okay. However, we notice that P658 is from a different mother plant area. Okay, from a different mother plant. So that eliminates that batch, which then leaves us with P657 and P706, which are the two which actually you're able to select. Okay, so we'll select those two. Okay, if we just scroll down here to eliminate adding mistakes and that sort of thing, once you've selected your batches, you can just update your totals, and this will actually put the totals for those two batches into the merged batch. Please note that you cannot merge a half batch, you cannot merge a partial batch. You have to actually merge the full batch, okay? Because this is actually going to result in setting these batches back to 0, okay? So now we can go and have a look quickly, and we can say, okay, we're happy with that one. Now, what's important is more than likely you're going to do a number of batches. You aren't going to just do one batch. So just for the mechanics of this form, we can now go and add another merge over here. Okay. So let's, in this case, go and we select a planting date of the 4th. I made a note of that so that I didn't have to do some sums in the tutorial. Again, the merge date's not that relevant. Okay, cutting, we need to select the correct clone and again the correct mother plant. Okay, we want a trade type and we want, I'm going to use 96 density in this case, just to explain to you how that works. You can, this is just saved from the previous merge, you can change it. And away we go. If we go here now, we notice that there's nothing that we can merge. That is simply because of the trade density, because everything's set to 48. So if we change that back to 48, okay, and we go down here, we notice now we can merge 744 and 789, which are those two. Why can we not merge these other batches? Okay, remember these are not posted yet. So theoretically, you could actually, okay, that's something I'd have to think about, because I think the system will allow you at this stage to reselect those at this stage. Hopefully, when you go into the field, you'll pick up, you can't merge a batch into two different batches, but I'll have a look at changing that so that even at this pre-selection stage, you can't accidentally merge, select the same batch to be merged into different batches. But in this case, the most important thing again is the planting date. It's because these dates simply fall out of the 10-day allowance period. Okay, so we can now select those, and away we go. Okay, right. Again, we can update totals, and just by the way, let's say you um, decrease that. Sorry, you make a mistake and you want to take that out, you can refresh and you can update your totals, and then you can reselect and bring it in, update totals again. Sometimes it will update it automatically for you, sometimes it won't. In this case, it hasn't. There we go. Okay, so now it's updated the totals there.